Thank you for that.
What's with the neighbors? What's with the neighbors? What's with the neighbors? What's with the neighbors? What's with the neighbors?
Do you know that yawns are contagious for dogs too?
What?
Yeah. So
Did you
I
test this?
yes, I did. So on Thanksgiving, there was the National Dog Show that like everybody
Yeah,
watches, right? Okay,
yeah.
so they have like little like, did you know facts, fun facts that pop up, and it said that, and so I tested it on my in-laws' dogs. He would not stop yawning. I would go, "Arr," and he would yawn. He would yawn, and then I would stick my finger in his mouth to like stop his yawn, and so then he would go, "Oh."
You're such a
I
jerk.
I
It's
didn't.
so mean. It's like when someone interrupts a sneeze.
Yeah.
That is so mean.
Oh,
Dance,
it
puppet,
was
dance.
he was getting so irritated with me because then I would do it again, and he's like, "I
Yeah.
can't have a satisfying yawn."
That's like a good, like, new age torture method.
Yeah, it really
Like,
is.
put someone in a room and just start, like, turn on a yawning video or just start yawning and don't let them complete their yawn. Same with sneezing. Now everybody's yawning.
I know. So, occasionally I'll stop Wilson's yawn and when he's yawning, and Wilson will like when he yawns, if he doesn't get the like the complete yawn, he'll yawn again. So I'll just sit there and I'll just like interrupt his yawn, and eventually he'll go ah like knock it off,
He's like, Fucking stop.
knock it off.
Let me yawn."
Um, so this is what's with the neighbors. That's Bree.
That's Amy.
If you hear noise like a drill going or whatever, you don't.
Chainsaw.
Not a chainsaw, just Rick is putting together his welder stand that he
Sure.
just bought.
Sure, sure.
And yeah. So in our house echoes, so
Yeah, it's good.
yeah, he'll do his best. So I have a question for you. Sorry, my episode's really long.
Oh, it's fine.
Okay. So that's why I'm kind of like diving in. What was your worst breakup?
Good question. My first breakup.
Your first breakup?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like your first love.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's, like, almost embarrassing looking back at it, like, I was literally, like, in mourning
Oh my god, really?
for weeks. I wouldn't eat, I wouldn't sleep, like, it was terrible. Yeah, well, I dated the guy for, like, 3 years, so it
That's
was
right.
like
Yeah, that's rough.
but, like, yeah, it was yep,
Oh.
the other
It
ones
was
I broke their hearts.
it was not my first breakup for me. My first breakup, I broke up with him, and he I can't remember. He ended up dating one of my high school friends, um, or marrying, I should say. But my first one, I broke up with him, so I literally didn't care, and he, like, got me this, like what's the yellow gem? Topaz or something? He got me, like, a topaz ring, and I, like, gave it back to him because I was like, "No." Like oh,
Oh.
and a 30 Seconds to Mars shirt because
Oh,
he knew the breakup was coming, and I was like, "Nah. Nah."
damn, ouch.
But like, first serious relationship, I should say, that was, like that broke my heart. We were together for, like, a year, and
I
then we
feel
got
like
back
it's
together, and then broke up again, and got back together, and broke up again.
I feel like it sucks worse to be the person to break up with, cause like, that first breakup sucked, but also, like, I've broken up with someone and, like, I felt like a piece of shit because this person was a
Oh.
good person,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was just like, "I'm not feeling it." And I'm
Yeah.
just like, I cried so hard. I'm like, "I'm so sorry. I said you're just such a nice guy, but I don't like you." Sorry.
I just don't like you.
So hard to hurt
Oh.
someone. Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, we stayed friends together afterwards, but that one that broke my heart. I was like, we were not friends. We dated because we liked each other, and that was it.
Yep.
Oof. Anyways, who's
The
going
more
first
you
this
know.
week?
You should go first.
Yes, thank you. Okay.
I'm
Okay.
intrigued to hear what your story is. Therefore, I have a neighborhood story for you.
Okay.
All right. This one is from, I believe it's a Facebook post, and it says neighbors kept bitching about my Christmas decorations, so I kept adding to them. That's the headline of the post, and it
Yes, you
says,
did.
I own a big house. I'm talking a Victorian type that I
Oh my.
restored. An older couple moved in across the street this summer and started bitching about everything I did. They didn't like the siding. My front door color was ugly. They hated all different colored flowers I planted. They didn't like the idea of a young single woman living in a house I clearly couldn't afford. They actually told me that I tried to ignore them until Christmas. I put up lights, a few blow ups, but nothing the other neighbors didn't do. This couple started bitching right off the bat. Christmas offended them. I just smiled and added more.
Yes, you
At
did.
this moment, my house can be seen on Mars. To add to the petty, I told my neighbor next to me, and he told another neighbor, and then another, and you get the picture. So they all added ones too.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's how I am at work. We have a decorating Scrooge at work, so I just like was like
Decorate.
we need to decorate everything, all of
Yes.
it. Okay, so my story. Oh, and I want to do a correction corner now. I need to look at. It's been like what 2 weeks since I
Yeah.
did this story, so I need to look up what her actual name is.
I feel like I had a correction corner for one of mine too, but it's okay. I'll figure it out. If you want to correct me, just, email me.
Okay,
Lonely.
well,
Need someone to talk
sure,
to
sure, sure, sure,
sometimes.
sure. Okay, so throughout the story, when I was watching a documentary on this, I kept hearing Shaya or Shayna or whatever. So, like, throughout the story, like, I kind of accidentally change it. But her actual name is Shayna Hubers. So, if you hear me say Shaya or whatever, ignore it. I'm meaning Shayna.
So you're
So,
correcting yourself before you make the mistake.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Okay.
Shut the
So,
f- up, guys. Who
yeah,
cares?
who cares? You don't
Yeah,
even
maybe we're
care.
just being protective over the people in the
Yeah.
story.
Actually, she needs no protection because she's garbage.
Oh,
But
okay.
so Shayna Hubers, she was also known as the Kentucky Jodi Aries, which I covered back in episode 50, 51, and 52.
Oh my god, that was so long ago.
I know.
It was like our first year.
That was our first year. Those 3 episodes, it led up to our 1-year anniversary episode.
Wow.
And
Wow.
episode 52 was our 1-year anniversary episode. So, yeah. So, this is what Shayna Hubers is known for, like Kentucky's Jodi Aries. So she's a psychopath. So 19-year-old Shayna Hubers was attending the University of Kentucky. She was getting a degree in psychology. She was also considered a fun, girly college pop girl. She also did some modeling on the side. The girl had beauty and brains. Big doe eyes, amazing complexion, brown hair, nice smile. She was like the whole package. I mean, she was like insta girly. Like she
Wow.
was like an insta girl model. She was very beautiful. In 2011, some of her friends posted a photo of them on Facebook from their spring break. In one of the pictures, Shayna and her friend were in like little black bikinis. They were like snapping, like, look at us. Looks good, post on Facebook. That photo caught the attention of a guy named Ryan Poston. He must have been friends with whoever posted it. Ryan was 29 years old, so a little bit older, and he worked as an attorney in Cincinnati.
Okay, okay.
I need a man in finance, 6'5", blue eyes. He was kind of a bigwig and even had his own legal practice, which is like crazy for a 29-year-old to have your own legal practice.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's it because it costs money to start up.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Wonder
So
if he
he
came
sent
from money.
probably. So he sent her a Facebook friend request and she accepts it. Because Ryan wasn't bad looking. He was handsome. He had a nice jawline, good complexion. His hair was nice. And in every photo, he was giving like this smoldering stare. Like very, yeah. What is the Flynn Rider?
He
Oh,
says smolder.
I actually literally said he kind of reminds me of like Flynn Rider for some reason. So the two of them are sending messages back and forth. Some of them were flirty, like, "Oh my god, you're so hot. Oh my god, no, you stop it. Oh, you're so hot." Well, within a few months goes by, and Ryan ends up going to a party at the University of Kentucky his cousin invited him to. He ends up going and finds that his cousin, Carissa, was actually good friends with Shayna. It's a small world. Or was it planned?
Okay, okay. Yeah,
So,
that's a pretty big quinky dink.
yeah, so Carissa introduces each other. The two of them hit it off immediately. And after that, Ryan would drive 2 hours to Kentucky every weekend to spend it with her. I know.
That's some
Like,
dedication right
that
there.
is some dedication. So after that, she graduated, and the following year, she would travel to his condo 2 hours away. So then she would, after she graduated, she like did the 2 hour trip. From outside, they seemed like a happy couple. They were good looking. Everyone was like, oh my gosh, they're the living dream. But
Power
were
couple.
they? Power couple. But were they, Brie? So, according to Ryan's friends, he was losing interest in Shayna, but he was having a hard time breaking up with her because he was too nice of a guy and didn't want to hurt her feelings.
Oh, been there, buddy.
Ugh. But Shayna had a completely different take on their relationship. She said that they were so happy and they were going to get married.
Oh, okay. So there's lack of
Oh,
communication.
definitely. Ryan's cousin Carissa said that Shayna would say things like, I can't wait to be related to you for realsies. But I guess there were times that Shayna and Ryan, they were like a bit abusive towards each other here and there. There was this one time that Shayna went to the neighbor's condo at Ryan's place, and she said that Ryan had grabbed her and thrown her to the ground,
Oh,
and
that's not cool.
her arm was like all red. And the neighbor said, "Call the cops or the police." So they just, let it go. They're like, "Hmm." She's like, "Nah, I don't want to call the cops."
So you
Throughout
went to the
their
neighbors.
Mhm. So throughout their relationship, Brian brought her all of his family events. Like every family event he had, she was attending. On October 11th, 2012, Ryan had invited Shayna to his parents' house to watch the live presidential debate, and so she goes. During that night, Ryan asked his stepdad advice on how to end things with Shayna because he had met someone else and wanted to get to know them more.
Oh,
I know. So
dang. He was like legit planning.
he really just did. He was like, I will need to break up with her, but I don't know how to.
Oh,
Yeah. So he, wanted to get to know this other person that he met. He was like, I want to end things. I have a date tomorrow night with this smart, tall, beautiful blonde woman. Oh, and by the way, she's Miss Ohio.
no
Gross.
way. Are you?
Just gonna throw that in there. You heard that right, Miss Ohio. Apparently, he and Ohio, her name was Audrey Bolt. They had been texting and messaging back and forth for months, and they were planning on finally getting together to meet. He was sharing all of this with his stepdad. and his stepdad said, "You need to let her down easy and be respectful." So after the debate ended, they left his parents' house and went back to his condo. They allegedly got into an argument around 3 a.m. Like, nothing good happens after, like, what is it, like 1? Go to
3
bed.
AM.
Oh, after 3 a.m. Okay.
That's the episode of How I Met Your Mother.
You need to go to bed.
Yep.
So around 3 a.m., they get in an argument and she calls her mom, telling her mom she has chest pains and she wasn't doing good. So her mom, Sharon, who could tell something was off, she had, that mom intuition. Sharon later said that she was worried about her daughter's well being because Shayna at one time told her that Ryan had guns laying all over the house and he would occasionally just pick them up and shoot at things.
Okay.
Which, is he doing that in the condo? Because if you are, you're going through walls.
Yeah, and also you're a lawyer, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
So, like,
So he knows that's
that's
a
not very good to
crime. You're
Yeah,
shooting within a living dwelling. Like, you
yeah,
can't do that. So I highly doubt he's doing that because also neighbors would have called the cops, right? Like they hear
yeah.
gunshots, like, oh, my neighbor just put a hole
Yeah,
through my
exactly,
wall.
like, you have neighbors, like
Yeah. So I have a hard time believing that, but if it is true, then he has really nice neighbors that never call on him.
Yeah,
So Sharon gets in her car and she drives 2 hours to Ryan's condo cuz remember, Shayna lives 2 hours away but would visit Ryan, and that's where her mom also lives. So Sharon, her mom, was like, "I'll drive 2 hours at 3 o'clock in the morning to go rescue my daughter." What a great mom. When she gets there, Shayna and her mom decide to leave the condo and spend the day together. So later, Ryan texted Shayna and said, "I think I need some time to be by myself, Shayna." And Shayna replied, "I'll be by later to get some bath items and head to the Marriott." So Sharon's mom drops her off at Ryan's condo and headed back home. What a long day for that poor mother. Good Lord.
right?
So later that day at 8:52 p.m. on October 12th, Shayna calls Campbell County 911. And so
Campbell County 911. Ma'am, I killed my boyfriend in self-defense. What did you kill him with? A gun, a loaded gun in the house. Can you tell me where the gun is right now? The gun is in the house. I laid it on the bookshelf. Where are you? I'm standing about 10 feet from his dead body. Okay, are you sure that he is dead? He's dead, ma'am. He's completely dead. Okay. And how long ago did you shoot him? I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes, not even that long. Like 10 or 15 minutes ago? Yeah. Okay, what's your name? My name is Shayna Michelle Huber. The officers are going to want me to stay on the line with you, so when they get there, they're going to want to know where that gun is, and we want you to get out safely too, okay? Okay, are they going to arrest me? Ma'am, I don't know what they'll do. We're going to send them out. I'm going to stay on the line with you, okay? I mean, I'm not a murderer, ma'am. I just killed him. What happened exactly? What happened? He beat me and tried to carry me out of the house, and I came back in to get my things, and he was right in front of me, and he reached down and grabbed the gun, and I grabbed it out of his hand and pulled the trigger. Okay. All right. Do you need an ambulance? Have you been injured? I'm not injured, ma'am. I was thrown into the side of the couch. All right. What's his name? Ryan Carter Poston. He's an attorney in Cincinnati. Okay. Have you had a history of domestic violence with him? Yes. Okay. And is this your gun? No, this is his gun. He keeps loaded guns in the house. So he slammed you into the couch, but you don't have any injuries? I don't have any injuries. I was just very frightened. He's a lot bigger than me. He's 6'3", 200 pounds. I'm 5'8", 120. And he picked me up, and I said, "Let me get my things at least if we're going to break up." And he threw me across the room, and I was very startled. I was laying on the floor. Okay. All right. And I killed him. Ma'am, you're sure he's not breathing at all? Because I have to go touch him. No, that's okay. They actually have someone that's outside almost right now, but I'm going to stay on the line with you, okay? Ma'am, and then because he was twitching and I knew he was going to die anyway, and he was making funny noises, I shot him a couple more times just to kill him because I knew he would have been hit shoot him total? I don't know. Okay, because he was twitching and you knew he was going to die, so you shot him again? Enough to make sure he was dead because he was twitching so bad and I didn't want to watch him lay there and twitch. So you shot him instead of calling 911? Yeah, I did because I knew he was going to die anyway.
He wasn't gonna die anyway. No, there was a chance he could have lived.
Exactly!
Like, you shoot some like, I am a firm believer in self-defense. You can shoot someone, bring them down to the ground,
Injure
and this
them,
yes,
and
make
then you
sure
call
they cannot
911
make sure you are safe, then go call 911.
and be like,
What the f He was twitching. What?
he was gonna die anyway, so you put him out of his misery?
No, like, what is this
Excuse me?
is this freaking Old Yeller?
Oh my god. Yeah, so that's super cool. Um,
I love how her first question was, "Am I gonna go to jail?"
yeah, we're just
Like,
worried about yourself.
immediately
Yeah,
on the, like, defense, and then also, like, "I don't need an ambulance, but I was thrown into the couch by a man that is very obviously way bigger than me, and I'm way smaller than him."
exactly. Thank you for catching that, Brie. Thank you.
Well, the
S
lady on the phone clearly caught it because she was like,
Yeah,
"And he threw you in the couch and you don't need an ambulance?" She's
yeah,
like, "Yeah, he's way bigger than me." Like, why would
yeah.
you but why would you say that? Like, that just makes you look even more guilty, like, why would you
Yes,
add that to that?
exactly.
What are you
So
doing?
so she said that she shot him in self-defense because he threw her against the couch, like you said, and after she said she wanted to get her things or after he threw her the couch after she said oh, he threw her against the couch after she said she wanted to get her things from the house. And she asks if she's going to be arrested. She also said she saw him twitching, so she knew he was going to die. So she shot him a few more times, just to clarify for those that may have not caught that.
Yeah, yeah, just so you guys know, if something is twitching, that means they're going to die, so,
Also, that's not true.
no.
for
That
legal
means they're still alive.
for legal reasons, that means that they are still alive. So, well, I guess not. Anyways, okay.
Maybe
So
she just wanted to give him a shot.
this is not a science podcast, okay?
Did you hear what I said?
But I don't get it.
She just wanted to give him a shot, like, "I'll give you a shot, buddy."
You're so funny.
She gave him
So
a few.
the
Sorry,
dispatcher
that's not nice.
this dispatcher asked if she needed an ambulance. She said no, but she did say that there was domestic violence in the past. At first, she told the dispatcher that Ryan was trying to throw her out of the house. Then it turned into him trying to throw her across the room. Then it turned into he threw her into the couch. So like pick your pick your
Right,
story. Pick your
right.
story. 6'7", 6'7", 6'7". The officers get to the condo and immediately arrested Shayna. Officer David Fornash goes into the condo and he described the condo as a pretty normal bachelor pad. And when you walk into the living room area. And if you went to the right, there was like a hallway with a spare bedroom and a bathroom. He used that area for like his closet and tactical gear. And behind the living room, there was a main bedroom and the kitchen. And off of the kitchen was like the dining room, and then that's where you find Ryan's body on the floor next to the dining room floor. Noted. Okay.
Okay.
And uh off to the right was like his master bedroom.
Right.
So or off to the left, I should say. At the police station, they read Shayna her Miranda rights, and he had her sign a waiver stating she understood her rights. While signing it, she said she wanted an attorney. He was like, fine. Officer Fornash said, that's okay. I won't ask you for any more questions or any more investigation questions, but I still need to ask you a few general questions regarding the paperwork that she was signing. Like, what's your date of birth? How do you spell your name? Things like that are okay to ask.
What do you think
So,
twitching means?
Bree. So while filling out the paperwork, she just started running her mouth and could not stop about their relationship. She was saying he was abusive and that she had to defend herself because she asked for an attorney. They couldn't ask any questions. They were just like, really? And is that with a C or an S? Yeah, go on. So, they didn't stop her from asking questions or from talking. They're like, "Oh, stop talking.
So they
You
can take all that they can listen to that information, right? That can still be
bec
used in court?
Yep, because they read her Miranda rights. They said anything you say
Right.
can and be used against you in the court of law.
Right.
So they can't ask her questions because then that's breaching their Miranda rights. But
Right.
she can say whatever she wants. So I'm gonna now insert the other clip that I have. I got the interview from another vlogger who covered the story. So if you hear some giggles, that's like not ours, it's hers. I tried my best to like get the audio out, but yeah, go ahead and play it.
You want to contact an attorney, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Something like this.
Okay. That'll work. Right now, just hang tight and drink your water, okay?
And I shot him in self-defense because he's done stuff before where I've hit my head on the headboard
Okay.
and could have died.
Okay. Well, that's the kind of questions I was going to ask. I can't ask you these questions, okay? But when you make the statements, that's fine. But I can't ask you any questions because you want an attorney.
I do want an attorney.
Okay. So I can't ask you any questions at all.
I'm not a malicious person. Like, I'm not somebody that's ever done this. Like, anyone that knows me, like any character witnesses, even his own family would say I'm a nice, good person. He had put his arm across the table, and there's a lamp, and he had put his arm across the table and had it in my face and was screaming at me at the top of his lungs after he had thrown me around the room. One of our last conversations we had that was good was that he wants my best friend who's a dentist to do his veneers and wants to get a nose job. Just that kind of person. And I shot him right here. I gave him his nose job. He wanted. He was physically violent with me and threw me around the room all the way into the dining room, all the way into the living room, back into the dining room. His obsession with guns killed him, you know. But for some reason there's like this peace because I know that I didn't do anything out of like malicious intent. If someone else was in the room and they watched it go down, they would have been like, good for her. Thrown around the room. Like, I don't have any marks, but I was thrown around the room. I probably do on my legs, actually. I was thinking about that. I probably do have some bruises. My shoulder hurts. I think he grabbed me by the shoulder. It feels like sore. But it's not, I should be down. I probably don't want to sit in here. You know? Would have badly hurt me. I don't know if he would have killed me, but he would have badly hurt me. And I know it would have killed him. I don't know if anyone will ever want to marry me if they know that I killed a boyfriend in self-defense. It's not funny, but he's sitting here like, oh, I hope Ryan's family doesn't hate me. Fuck them. Their son is an abusive shit. Their son beat a girl who weighs 85 pounds less than him and drug her around his house. Pulled me by the ponytail of my hair. He deserved it. Hell has no fury like a woman's scorn. Never believed it until now. I have 2 papers due Monday that I haven't submitted. I don't know if that's even gonna matter now. If you go to jail, are you allowed to keep your phone and like keep contact with people and stuff?
Your cell phone?
My cell phone?
I don't think so.
Yeah, worst time to be on your period, I tell you what. Now, here's a good question. If I had to go to jail, can you shower there? Or do you just get really dirty?
I think they let you shower there.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I have to shower in front of people? Oh, shit.
I don't know.
Oh my god!
No idea.
Here's what's going to happen right now, Shayna. Okay, with everything that we have, I'm gonna have to charge you with murder. Okay, for right now. And
right now?
Yeah. Well, we got until you go to court and stuff, and they decide what they're going to do with it. Okay. Um, but what we're gonna do is we'll do a search, and we're gonna need your clothes. Officer Lane's gonna be in here, and she's gonna help you take your clothes off, and you're gonna put them in bags for
What
me.
degree?
Murder. There's no degree.
What in the actual like, this lady has no remorse.
No
1, she has no
remorse.
remorse. She doesn't care. She thinks it's funny and that he, like, deserved it. Like, okay, if someone was, like, pounding on you, yes, maybe they deserve to get but,
But
you know.
wouldn't you be crying, right? Like, I mean,
Yeah,
I
I'd
guess,
still
like,
feel terrible, like, I'd still be a
I
human
I still murdered
taking
somebody.
someone's life.
Yeah. And, like, I understand, like, the whole, like, I felt like a relief. I've heard those type of stories where, like, they're relieved, like, their abuser is finally gone, but, like, you're still, like, exhausted. You're
Right.
emotionally exhausted. She
She's
was,
just
like,
being self-centered and thinking
sh
about, like,
she's worried
her
about,
phone.
can she have her phone? How do I have to shower in front of people? Oh my god. Like, it's just weird. And then, like, as somebody that works in very, very close to those type of cases often, I see, like, even, like, the smallest thing, like, let's say, a man grabs a woman by the arm and, like, pulls her across the room, you're going to see those marks. Those marks do not go away right away.
Sure. Yeah.
And they arrested her immediately and took her in, and they inspected her, and there was no marks. So, where are the marks,
Yeah, if she
right?
was thrown,
If
she
she
would've
was
been
thrown,
grabbed and thrown against
if she
something.
was pulled with by her ponytail, there's no hair. Like, there's going to be that type of evidence. So, I don't, maybe there was abuse, but I don't think it was to the severity that she claims that it
Mhm.
was. And if there was abuse that night, there's no evidence showing that.
Right.
So,
And then what did
anyways.
she said in the beginning something about a lamp, and then she just jumped topic. She was like, "He reached his hand over, and there's a lamp right there.
Well, let me read
Was the
you a
lamp knocked
summary.
over?"
Let me read you the summary and it might answer your questions.
Okay.
Okay, so to clarify, she talked about how he abused her and she had no choice but to kill him. She jokes about giving him the nose job that he always wanted, which that was terrible.
Yep.
She talks about, like, who would want to marry me knowing that I
Yeah.
murdered somebody. And then she talks about how she has a paper that's due on Monday and that she was worried if she would get to keep her phone what the shower situation is in jail. Like, girl, you have bigger problems right now.
Yeah, like
Apparently, every time she was left alone in the interview room, she would act very strange. At one point, she was humming and singing Amazing Grace and whispered,
odd.
she whispered, she killed him. Yep, I did. Yep, I did. With her hand, like, in the air. And she would say, I'm a good actor. And then she did, like, some dance and, like, twirling. So I don't know. I guess I didn't answer your question about the lamp. I'm not positive.
That's so weird.
Yeah. Obviously, the police are like, this is not self defense. So she was arrested for the murder of Ryan, and her bail was set at $500 million.
Holy cow.
Yeah. The investigation didn't focus so much on did she do it? Because a lot of times that's where the investigation, like, you have to prove without a reasonable doubt that she did it. Like, obviously she did it, but it was more
Yeah,
of why she did it.
right.
The autopsy report showed Ryan was shot a total of 6 times in the face, in the head, his chest, on his side, and some of the gun residue was on his body, which means
That's messed up.
that the gun was fired very close to his body. And some of the bullets showed the gun was shot from a downward angle, which would have suggested she was standing over him. So the coroner later testified that Ryan was more than likely sitting down when she fired the first shot. In Shayna's internet search history, they came across some interesting searches. Just 2 days before Ryan's murder, Shayna searched Miss Ohio Audrey Bolt. the woman Ryan was supposed to meet up
Oh,
with.
shit.
At this time of the investigation, the investigators didn't know how Shayna knew about Audrey, but it turns out she had access to Ryan's Facebook, so she saw all the messages between Audrey and Ryan. So
Dang.
another thing she searched was just an hour. Where am I? Just an hour before Ryan's murder. She searched how to open a locked door using a bobby pin, and the police. It sounds like she ambushed him.
Uh-huh.
So the police ended up reviewing over 50,000 text messages, over 20,000 Facebook messages and photos, and they came to the conclusion that they had this very toxic on again, off again relationship. One minute they would be arguing, the next it would be like, what do you want for dinner? And she really took on this role of a Stepford wife. She always made sure he had a warm meal to come home to every night. She kept the place clean, did his laundry, which isn't bad. None of that's bad. But they were also like toxic to each other.
Right.
So if you're going, based off of their text messages, Ryan didn't really give anything back to her. He was never sweet to her, and anytime their relationship wasn't in a good place, Ryan was so quick to, put her in her place. There was like this one text where he said, Shayna, honey, it's not a real relationship. It's just an exclusive non-touching of other girls. And she replied, it is a real relationship or I'm not in it. So he is like, I'm holding you at arm's length, basically they're together like friends with benefits in a sense,
Sure. Yeah.
but
That's
he's
what it
not seeing
sounds like.
other women. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he even tried
There's
to
no emotion.
correct. He's not attached to her. So he even tried to negotiate their breakup. He said that he could tell people, you broke up with me. I won't say anything bad about you. And don't worry about the key. Just throw it away. Like just trying to like cut ties with her. He wanted out of that relationship. He even said, Shayna, stop texting me, like in all caps. I no longer have the patience to deal with you, all caps. I'm turning off the phone and locking the door. She would text him like multiple times a day, up to 100 text messages at a time.
What?
She was complaining how he treated her, how he was as a person. She was basically having like an argument with herself because he wasn't replying to her. So in one of the text messages, it said, it kind of hurt my feelings that you didn't even want to see me after your events are over at night this weekend. I haven't seen you in over a week aside from last night. Girl, be so for real, girl. You saw
What?
him. Yeah. I haven't seen you in over a week except for I saw you last night. So
So are we not counting that?
I guess not.
It's
So
not good enough.
she said, I just feel like you're going out with these people when you could go out with me after. And I kind of felt excluded. So she also said, I understand that I can't go to the show, but I didn't see anything wrong with seeing you after it. And like I said, made me wish I was invited over or out with you after. I really just wanted to have a good weekend with you, even if I only saw you tomorrow night after the show. I understand wanting to see somebody, but like clearly he's asking for space.
Yeah, like you're just
Ugh.
making him want to push you away more. Like,
Yes,
have
yes,
you ever been
yes.
in a relationship?
Goodness, lady. So,
Stage 5 clinger.
again, I haven't seen you in over a week, aside from last night.
I haven't eaten since second breakfast.
So during one of their rocky times, Shayna gets a new phone number and reaches out to his office, pretending to be a new client of his. Then she starts texting him asking for urgent assistance, but instead of continuing the new client storyline, she crashes out on him. She insults his intelligence, insults his looks, his performance in bed. Obviously, Ryan was super confused. He was like, I thought this was a new
As
client.
as the client, she's insulting him.
Yes.
She's telling him about
So,
how bad he is in bed. He's like, "What the f how do you
so,
know?"
So he responds a few times asking who this person is. She replies, "You're fucking stupid." He said, "Haha, I can't argue with that. I got a new phone and lost numbers." And she said, "No, you didn't. You're just a horrible attorney."
Oh my gosh.
Girl.
She's like the definition of when they say, "Don't date her, she's crazy."
Stage one clinger for sure.
Yeah.
The day of Ryan's murder, she sent him long text messages about any and everything to get his attention. She talked about how she was diagnosed with high blood pressure and a heart condition, how she was concerned about a dying family member, just going on and on trying to get his attention. Just trying to get a reaction out of this guy. And it didn't work. All he did was ask for more space. Um,
Rightfully
she,
so.
yeah. So Shayna text messages between her friends and coworkers were actually more telling than the messages between her and Ryan. Shayna messages told the story of obsession and harassment. One of Shayna's friends, Jasma, lived in the same town as Ryan, and at one point Shayna told Ryan she had moved in with Jasma. But then when you go through the text messages, that isn't the case. So she was like, "I moved in with Jasmine to be closer to you." And he's like, "Yay." No,
Oh.
she didn't. She texted Jasmine, "If Ryan ever tells you or ever tries to talk to you on Facebook about where I'm at, don't respond and don't accept his friend request. Haha, he thinks I've stayed with you all this time when I haven't. Haha, who gives a fuck? He's a dick and abusive. I'm so done with his shit. Will you do that for me if he contacts you? LOL, because I think he's onto me and he thinks I'm being shady." Girl,
I love
you
her
are.
little, like, middle, like, LOL.
Haha.
But, it's cool. He's just abusive. It's
LOL, silly goofy me. So, what this girl is doing was driving 2 hours on the weekend and stays at a friend's house or in a hotel and be on call just in case Ryan wanted to hang out because, mind you, he thinks that she's living in town. Yeah. So
That's wow. Sorry.
there were times where she was at his condo and asked to borrow his laptop to write a paper for school. And while using his laptop, she would go onto his Facebook and look at his stuff and go onto her profile from his Facebook and like her photos and block women he was flirting or messaging with.
Wait,
And
she
then,
would go onto his profile and like her own photos?
yeah.
Oh my god.
So then she would text Jasma and brag about what she did. All of her friends thought this was funny and hyped her up. They were, young and they were like, "Oh, he's so dumb." But there were some friends that were trying to like get her to snap out of it, get him, like, get over him type of thing. Shayna did try a few times. She saw a few men, but it was mostly to make Ryan jealous. One of Shayna's friends, Christy, was a dentist. They were close and text all the time. One time, Christy was so annoyed with Shayna's text messages about Ryan, she reached out to him directly. She said, "Ryan, Shayna is more upset than usual. She loves you. I have 3 patients scheduled at 8 a.m. For the love of Christ, can you call her and tell her you love her?" Like, that's sad.
Right?
So now Ryan isn't so innocent either. Okay. He had a dark side not a lot of people saw. Like, there was this one night where he was out at a bar and he saw one of his ex girlfriends. So he started texting Shayna about it. And he said, "I think she's afraid I'm going to kill her and everyone she knows. I told her I wouldn't be too surprised if that happened, but it would only be if I didn't have anything better to do." Excuse me?
What?
Yeah.
He said that
So,
about the woman that he saw?
yeah, his
His
ex-girlfriend.
the ex-girl. Why would he say that?
I have no clue at this point,
What the
honestly.
maybe they had, like, an inside joke or something like that, or, like, there was something
Possibly.
that they talked about that only they knew and just automatically
Haha, that's so funny.
only they would know what they were talking about. That's so weird.
Yeah. Then a year later, he was texting Shayna again about one of his ex-girlfriends, and he says, "She's terrified of me. One of the reasons she originally started dating me was because she was very aware that I would have killed her ex-boyfriend at the drop of a hat and no one would have found his body.
Excuse me?
So she dated you because if she wanted you to kill her ex-boyfriend, she knows that you would."
What? Okay, yeah, no, he ain't
Anyways,
so innocent either.
no. So the investigators also read some text messages to a friend that he was struggling with pills. He said his depression medication wasn't working for him. A different friend he messaged that same night, he said he took 3 Ambien, 3 Xanax, Clodipine, and
Klonopin.
and eventually a shot of vodka. I laid down to sleep at
Holy
12.
shit.
I laid down to sleep at 12. I estimate I finally fell asleep around 4:30. I honestly was concerned I was going to kill myself, but I had to be at court at 9.
How did you not die? That is
No clue.
so much of all of those, and then
Yeah.
you mixed them all, you just made you a suicide cocktail there, buddy. Oh my gosh.
So during this time, he was struggling with a large, insane legal battle with his ex business partner, and it was obviously filling him with rage and obviously stress. Bro couldn't sleep or do anything. He messaged a coworker of his, "I want this piece of bleep destroyed." Burying him neck down at low tide, throw his darts at his head. Wait for high tide to roll in so I can stomp on his head while he's drowning.
Oh, wow. Wow. He's
Wow,
really
wow,
mad.
wow, wow, wow. I want to, oh, we're not done. I want to rig explosives to everything I see. There's nothing I want more than just to scorch the effing earth and leave the entire city in a pile of burnt rubble. Because my brain has a tripwire in there somewhere, and if it snaps, I worry about what would happen.
How do you come up with that?
He's in a very
Holy
dark place.
holy crap. That
So
sounds like an episode of Looney Tunes.
it sounds like he very much was battling with a lot of demons.
Yeah. Yeah, for
And
sure.
it really does, like, make clear, okay, maybe he was abusive, you know?
I bet he
That's he
was.
probably was. So, with all this evidence, a police wrapped up their investigation, and 2 years later, the trial for Shayna finally started on April 13th, 2015 in Newport, Kentucky. She was 24 years old and she pled not guilty. It was revealed that Shayna did not call 911 immediately after shooting Ryan. She actually called her mother first, and 15 minutes later, she called 911.
What?
In the interrogation interview, Shayna actually said she thought about fleeing the scene, but her mother talked her into calling 911. And in her mom's call logs, it shows that Shayna called 911 to make sure that Shayna called 911. So she was going to turn her daughter in. So good job, mom.
Good job, Mom.
But the most interesting evidence came from Shayna's cellmates because this girl just couldn't keep her mouth shut. One of her cellmates, Cecily Miller, testified that Shayna often joked about the shooting in jail, often about the nose job joke. She loved telling that one. And Shayna even mentioned her legal strategy of how she was going to get away with murder, and that Shayna believed that she was way too smart to plead insanity because she had the IQ of Einstein. And according
Okay.
yeah. Mhm. So she was going to plead battered wife syndrome. Then another cellmate, Holly Nivens, she testified that her original story when she first met was that Ryan sexually and physically abused her, but over time it changed and turned into her bragging about the murder. Holly also stated that Shayna was taking notes on the Jodi Arias trial when it was airing, and she was kind of using it as a how-to guide on what to do and not to do in the courtroom. And the third and final cellmate, Donna Dooley, testified. She said that Shayna told her on the night of the murder, they were sitting at the kitchen table. He put the gun on the table. She picked up the gun and she said, "What would you do if I?" And then he smirks and then she shot him. And then Ryan's downstairs neighbor, Doris and Vernon West, were called to testify. They said that they never heard any fighting or arguing, but around 8:30 that night they heard a woman crying on the back balcony. About 15 minutes later, it sounded like what she went inside and they heard 2 gunshots, and then moments later 4 more gunshots. And then what sounded like a body hitting the floor.
What?
Remember Carissa, Ryan's cousin? She
Yeah.
testified stating that she received a text message from Ryan, one of them saying, "This is going to be restraining order level crazy. She's shown up at my condo like 3 times and refuses to leave each time." She also testified that he texted her stating, "She came to my place on Sunday morning and I literally had to pick her up and throw her into the hall." She also stated that Shayna would often use Carissa's phone to get a hold of Ryan because he would ignore her calls and she knew he would answer for Carissa. I'm almost done. So Shayna's attorney argument was focused on showing the jury that the relationship was not as negative as the prosecution made it seem. They were loving and sometimes spicy. Look at these nudes they sent each other and these loving text messages. And they even argued if Ryan was so miserable, why did he bring her to his parents the night of the murder? Probably to please her. She sounds like a psychopath.
Yeah.
So the defense called Christy, the dentist, to the stand because Shayna texted her 10 days before the murder. She said, when I go to the shooting range with Ryan tonight, I want to turn around, shoot him, and kill him and play like it's an accident." But Christy swore up and down that that was nothing more than a joke. 2 days before the murder, Shayna texted Christy again and she said, "Ryan has been begging me to ask if you could do his veneers. Please fuck them up and make him ugly as hell so he can't get another girl. I hate him." During during
Oh my
closing
gosh.
arguments, Shayna's team stated that she was just defending herself, but she was not a murderer. The prosecution argued she was a liar. They brought out the bloodstained dining table and chair and reenacted what they believed happened. They showed Shayna grab the gun from the table, shot Ryan twice while he was sitting down. He fell forward and was twitching and shot him 4 more times, and his body fell to the floor. The jury deliberated, and 5 hours later, they came back with their verdict, finding her guilty. And on August 14th, 2015, the judge sentenced her to 40 years in prison with the possibility of parole after 20 being served. Right after sentencing, Shayna's attorney started on the appeal, and while reviewing the trial hearings, they recognized a face in the jury box, Bree. Turns out that one of the jurors was a convicted felon of one of these attorneys that one of those attorneys worked on over a dozen years ago, but a convicted felon cannot legally serve on juries. So the judge declared a mistrial. While waiting for her
Oh
new
my
trial,
gosh.
I know, while waiting for her trial, Shayna found the love of her life, Unique Taylor, a trans woman. They fell in love and applied for a marriage license. But when the days went by and they had not received a license, Shayna reached out to the local news station about this and they agreed to do an interview about it in jail because they're like, why are they not issuing us a marriage license? Is it because she's trans? Is it because we're in jail and she's trans? Well, the reporter tried to ask about the retrial. Shayna managed to dodge all of those requests, but the reporter was like, "Is this just a way to get viewer sympathy?" And Shayna was like, "No, this is just about love." But the timing was raising some eyebrows because there was a lot of movement and civil rights articles happening around the LGBTQ plus rights in the press at that time. So a lot felt like this was less about her request and more of a strategy. Because of this, the clerk's office clarified the situation. They never denied her request, but they had just not processed it yet. And
Right.
not long after, the license was granted. So on June 7th, 2018, 27-year-old Shayna Hubers married 41-year-old Unique Taylors. So now they're married.
Okay.
On August 14th, 2018, Shayna's new trial started. Much of the same evidence was the same, but this time Shayna took the stand. Her testimony focused a lot on their sex life, which is never a good thing to put on the stand because that is where she believed their relationship struggled the most and he would make her feel bad. one of her testimonies was that he was like bargaining with her, like, if I post 10 photos of you and I on Facebook and give you love and affection, will you do a threesome with me? And she would agree.
Okay.
So that, whatever. Both of these humans are garbage. I'm sorry.
Yep. Yep.
Closing arguments were basically the same. And again, after 5 hours, the jury came back with guilty with the first degree murder, but this time they reconsidered to get life in prison. Before the judge handed down his sentence, he said to Shayna, "Your actions that night were grossly violent and intentionally calculated to cause death." And he
Yep.
sentenced her to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 20 years. After being sentenced, Shayna filed for divorce with Unique. So, like, it was definitely for show,
Yep.
probably. So, where is Shayna now? She's 34 years old in a max security prison in Louisville, Kentucky, and she won't be able to apply for parole until September 2032. And I am
Isn't that
so
a
sorry it was so long.
isn't that a really rough prison?
I mean, it's max security.
Yeah. Huh, that's crazy. How, like, how, how are there these kinds of humans out in the world like this? Like, how are there people that are like this?
I have no clue, dude.
They both did suck, but she really sucked.
She really sucked. He definitely had a lot of demons that he was fighting, that's for sure.
Moral of the story, like, end your relationship when you need to end it and, like,
And
legit cut the cord. Don't be nice, you're not being mean, just do it.
ghost them.
You're doing
Ghost
them a
them.
favor and yourself. Yeah, ghost them. Ghost them.
Goodness. I
Just
mean,
fly,
obviously
fly
don't,
away.
but if they're gonna be like that, if they're like stage 5 clinger, ghost them.
Yeah, like, I feel like he should have, like, with her isn't that, like, harassment?
Oh, for sure. She was definitely stalking him.
You're like,
I mean, there's
ah,
but you
but
can't
he
prove
didn't always
stalk
know about it either.
That's true, but, like, you can't prove stalking unless you get a protective order. So, like,
Right.
if she didn't have a protective order, well, then, well, there's no legal ground to stand on.
Yeah, I just dang,
He
that's
was too nice.
crazy.
That's the thing is, like, he was too nice, but also not nice. I don't know.
That was a good story, dude.
I'm so sorry it was so long, but I was like, I
No, it
don't
was
wanna do a
good.
two-parter.
I loved it. That was a really good one. Good job.
Psycho. Okay, let me
Yes.
hear your story.
All right. Well, I'm going so I okay, Stranger Things is out. And
Mhm.
before Stranger Things, the last season came out, obviously I've binged it all already. I had to do a little recap of all of it, and it got me thinking about the whole, government taking people and trying to mind control them.
Yes.
So,
Like
the
Britney Spears.
the project that they supposedly used in Stranger Things that they refer to a lot is called MKUltra, and it was a
Okay.
real program.
No
So,
way.
there are several different ones, and I kind of wanna do like, a thing of doing different government crazy programs that they've done. So,
Yes.
I'm going to tell you about Project MKUltra.
Okay.
It was one of the most infamous covert operations ever conducted by the United States government. It was
Oh my
run by
gosh.
the CIA during the Cold War. This
Mhm.
secret program aimed to explore mind control, brainwashing, and chemical interrogation techniques. While it sounds like something from Stranger Things, MK Ultra was very, very real.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So, MK Ultra started in the early 1950s during the Cold War when everyone constantly talked about the damn commies. The damn commies.
I'm sorry, I'm not laughing.
You know what I'm talking about though. Like you see all the
Yes.
shows that the old dads are like, damn commies.
Yes.
So the director of the CIA at the time was Alan Dulles. In charge of the MK Ultra program was a Sidney Gottlieb. At the time of the At this time, the CIA feared that the Soviets, Chinese and North Korean agents had developed a mind control technique to use on the US prisoners of war and wanted to develop methods of their own. So, like,
Okay.
we kind of like the whole space thing, we're wanting to get ahead of people. And for
Yeah.
some reason, we think that they've gotten mind control down.
Yeah. Well,
So we just
obviously.
assume it. We're like, well, they definitely, probably, possibly 10% chance that they got mind control down. So we
So
better
now
get
we
ahead
need
of
to do
that.
it.
Yep. So the methods used in MK Ultra were wild, to say the least. Researchers tested all kinds of substances, but LSD became a favorite
Oh Lord.
because when you're running an illegal government mind control experiment, you might as well get groovy.
I mean,
Right.
yeah, might as well.
And
No,
speaking of
no, I
LSD, what
couldn't.
is that? What's LSD? Why am I
I don't
asking? Because LSD wasn't even a thing in the US yet until this happened. Apparently,
know.
Gottlieb, the guy in charge of this program, actually arranged to buy the world supply of LSD at just $240,000, which is $2.86 million today.
The world supply.
I know, like I like double checked that and I was just like, no way, like how did this happen? I don't know, maybe that was, like, more acceptable in the '50s, but, like, today, like, you get shot. You buying LSD and bringing it
Yeah.
into our country. That's crazy.
Yeah, but also if he's the government.
True, and we're not supposed to know about it.
Yeah.
True.
And
Good point.
the government also, like, I swear they started the war on drugs. Like,
Yeah, they for sure. Yes,
yeah, they brought
especially
the
after
drugs
reading
in.
this.
Yeah, they brought the
Yes,
drugs into our country.
yes, after reading this, 1,000%. So, thanks a lot,
Oof.
a-hole and
Wow.
government.
Wow.
So, the idea was to see if psychedelic drugs could make people more susceptible to suggestion, erase memories, or even reprogram their minds. So, I mean, that kind of makes sense because, like, if you get drunk or like really drugged, you kind of like start, telling all your secrets. So,
Yeah.
maybe that's where their brains were. So,
Like, they call isn't it like, alcohol is called, the truth
truth telling
serum?
serum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
probably like the same thing.
Yeah. So, experiments took place in universities, hospitals, prisons, and even brothels because
Oh lord.
why not? I
Yeah.
guess. Typically,
Oh god.
subjects had no idea they were
Oh,
participating.
so we're drugging people. Super.
Yeah, surprise!
Oh
Surprise!
god.
You just got roofied. Let's get P. Diddy.
Oh god.
So, in some cases, people were dosed with LSD and observed for days. Other times, the CIA hired outsiders or used front organizations to carry out tests as if the whole thing needed to sound even sketchier.
Oh my
Such
lord.
projects were called Operation Midnight Climax, where the CIA would operate out of brothels in San Francisco and NYC, hiring sex workers to lure in unsuspecting men who they'd secretly give LSD to. The CIA agents would watch the effects from the drug behind two-way mirrors and hope the victims would be too embarrassed to report what happened.
What?
Yeah.
No. Oh
They
my god.
experimented with hypnosis, sensory deprivation, and even electroshock therapy. There were no limits, no lines could be crossed, which is a big reason why this was all kept on the DL. Like, no one knew about
Obviously.
this.
Yeah, obviously.
In the late 1950s, a mob boss from Boston, Whitey Bulger, was an inmate at the Atlanta Federal Penitentiary when he and other prisoners volunteered for experiments. They were
Oh.
told they were intended to cure schizophrenia. They were given high doses of LSD almost daily for 15 months, leading to horrific paranoia, hallucinations, and violent feelings as described in his notes. At the
Oh.
Allen Memorial Institute in Montreal, Canada, a Dr. Donald Cameron conducted brutal experiments funded by the CIA. He subjected patients, many seeking treatment for minor issues like postpartum depression, to intense electroshock therapy 30 to 40 times the normal power.
Are you
So, like,
serious?
he put it on, like, overdrive.
Oh my god.
He
How
also
did he
did
not
drug
kill people?
yeah, also drug-induced comas lasting for weeks or months,
That sounds
and
nice.
forced listening to looped or pre-recorded messages, and a process called psychic driving.
Oh, no.
So, like, I guess hypnosis is a thing now today, so, like,
Yeah, a
or
lot of
is
people do it. Yeah.
right. So, like, they kinda did that, but, like, this was under, like, serious
Yeah, it
drug,
sounds not
influence.
sounds not
Many
safe.
victims suffered permanent effects, including amnesia, incontinence, and childlike mental state. Duh.
Cool.
A victim named Orlico was suffering from depression in 1957. It was recommended she saw Dr. Cameron, who was publicly a leading psychiatrist in Canada. Her treatment consisted of massive doses of LSD, which destroyed her mental health. After this
Great.
happened, her husband helped her find 8 other victims who received the same treatment in the institute in Montreal, expecting therapy. Instead, they endured electroshock therapy set higher than normal. They were subjected to sleep therapy for long periods, up to 60 days at a time, during which they were drugged
Oh
so
my
they spent the
god.
better part of their day sleeping.
That
During
sounds
this, they
nice.
were subjected to psychic driving, which is what I was talking about, which where
Ugh.
I think they were hearing the messages looped,
Yeah.
often 500,000 times.
Oh my lord.
They were also injected with Curare, causing temporary paralysis, and LSD, which caused hallucination. Orlico recalled being injected with LSD and stated, "They injected the acid into her vein, patted her shoulder, and said, 'Now there, lassie, we'll see you there later,' and just left."
Oh my god.
How insensitive.
Ugh.
There's actually like, I was reading these statements from classified, like, documents that are now released from the
Yeah.
government. Isn't that crazy?
How are we okay with this? I'm not okay with this.
They're not okay with this. They didn't know about this. These poor people.
But, like, it's, like, classified documents that have just been released. They're like, "It's been about enough years. You guys have forgiven us, right?"
Sure. Sure, 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 sure. It's cool. Declassified documents confirm the CIA's Project MKUltra included experiments on dogs, which involved brain
No.
surgery to implant mind control devices. The goal of these experiments was to explore ways to control animal behavior for potential use in espionage or military applications. This involved at least 6 dogs. MKUltra also had other experiments involving other animals like rats, birds, and monkeys to develop germ warfare. There was
No.
also a separate project called Acoustic Kitty,
No.
including involving wiring a cat with listening devices to spy on Soviet officials. That one's kind of
That's
cool.
actually kinda cool.
Like, come on,
Leon,
kitty.
Leon, Leon, would you be a spy? Leon,
He would be a
would you be
great spy cat.
Leon, come here, come here.
Wait, have you
Would you be
seen
a
that
spy?
movie Cats and Dogs? Is it
Yeah.
called Cats and Dogs?
Cats and
Yeah, there you
dogs.
go. Yeah. I loved that movie as a kid.
That was
All
a
right.
good movie.
Interesting tidbit. Okay, you listening, buddy?
Yes.
Ted Kaczynski, aka the Unabomber. Go
Oh.
back to episode 154 to hear all about him.
Mhm.
Ted participated in a 3-year psychological experiment at Harvard from 1959 to 1962, led by Dr. Henry Murray. This is believed to be connected with CIA's MK Ultra. Subjects were forced to watch recorded footage of their own emotional reactions to verbal abuse repeatedly. He participated in 200 hours of this study.
Oh
This is
my
not
gosh.
something that was proven. However, combining the program's nature, techniques, place, and time period, it definitely could be something that influenced
Mhm.
him. Isn't that
I feel
crazy?
like I came across something like that when I was doing his research.
You did, because I went back and
Okay.
listened. Because I went and checked, because I came across that little tidbit and I was like,
Yeah.
"What?" And so I went and found that episode, and you talked about him studying with this, like, at this university. And I was like, "No
Oh
way!"
my gosh.
Our stories made a
Our
circle,
stories made a cycle.
whatever that means. There are also some theories out there that Charles Manson was involved with MK Ultra.
Yeah, that
That
makes
came
sense.
out with the publication and documentary Chaos Charles Manson, the CIA and Secret History of the 60s, which explores speculative links between two both the CIA and Charles Manson were interested in the use of LSD for mind control and manipulation.
That
There's
sounds about
also
right.
a connection through a Dr. Lewis Jolly West, a psychiatrist who was a consultant for the CIA and conducted research on the hippie movement and LSD and
Oh.
High Ashbury Free Medical Clinic, where West had an office leading to wait.
In San Francisco?
Yeah,
Mhm.
it led to speculation that Manson may have been an unwitting subject of the study or picked up some mind control techniques. However, there's no official proof
Oh,
of this link. That's all a theory.
I like to believe he did
Another
because
theory out there.
he's a psycho.
Crazy. So, why was this kept secret? Well, if you haven't realized yet, MK Ultra's methods were super illegal and super inhumane. They did not give a shit. The agency didn't want the public or Congress or probably their own grandmothers finding out what they were up to.
Did you ever watch Scandal?
No,
I
sorry.
was gonna say it's giving B613.
I feel like I've heard of that.
They
Is it
didn't
real?
do something similar,
Okay.
but they didn't do like experiments, but it was all like the government didn't know about it, but they were the government, and
Of course.
they like protected people and protected. Anyways, go ahead, keep going.
So, in the mid 1970s, MK Ultra started to become known to the public thanks to investigations by journalists and the US Senate. The revelations caused a public uproar and led to reforms in how intelligence agencies operate, or at least how they file their paperwork.
I'm
Some
shocked.
Yep, some victims and their families sued the government, and the
Mm.
stories of what happened, lost memories, psychological trauma, and more have haunted the CIA ever since, kind of like a bad acid trip.
Oh my gosh, those poor
So
victims.
There I don't didn't know where to put this, but there was a suspicious death in here, and a guy named Frank Olson, a US Army biochemist who knew about MK Ultra, mysteriously died in 1953 by falling from a 13th-story hotel window days after being unknowingly dosed with LSD at a CIA retreat.
Oh
What's a
my
CIA
god.
retreat like? His death was officially ruled a suicide, but second autopsy in 1994 revealed injuries that suggested he may have been killed, sparking theories of assassination. His family later received a $750,000 settlement and an apology from President Ford and the CIA director.
That's not enough. That's not
All right,
enough.
2 more pages. I'm almost done. All right,
You're
more
good.
conspiracy theories. A persistent theory, partially rooted in actual MK Ultra goals, is that the government successfully created the program assassins who could be activated and commit crimes or political assassinations without their conscious knowledge. The 1968 assassination of Robert F. Kennedy and the
Mhm.
Sandy Hook and Columbine mass shootings are sometimes falsely attributed to MK Ultra puppets by theorists.
Really?
It's not. A
No.
popular internet conspiracy theory claims that modern day celebrities or public figures are victims of MK Ultra style mind control used as puppets to influences the masses.
Oh,
The theorists point to instances of strange behavior or glitches in interviews as evidence of their programming malfunctioning, a claim for which there is no factual or scientific evidence.
like when Katy Perry's eye goes like this.
Yes. Yeah. Right? Yeah, exactly. That's where my mind jumps to. One one
Possesses?
bizarre theory says
Poses?
that the Beatles were part of an M15 psychological operation developed by MKUltra techniques to corrupt American youth through drug use and rock music because Queen
Oh,
was an international drug dealer. Because the Queen was because the Queen was an international drug dealer. And
that sounds
okay,
stupid.
so just to clarify, MK Ultra, this is a common misconception, or at least it is in my brain. So I'm going to clear it up with you guys because it kind of
Okay.
got confused in they mention MK Ultra in Stranger Things, but it has nothing to do with like controlling things with your mind. It has everything to do with mind control and like making people do things by
Okay.
like suggesting things. Does that make sense? Like I
Yes.
can't move things with my brain. It's not like telekinesis.
Yes.
So MK Ultra and Project Stargate, which were two different projects that the government did, were both very real life government research programs, but not the same. So MK Ultra focused on mind control, psychological manipulation, and Stargate focused on telepathy and telekinesis, which I'm also going to go over that one at some point.
Whoa.
So
We
in
had
the end,
telepathy.
it'd be so freaking cool.
I know.
Try it every once in a while. It doesn't work. In the end, MK Ultra was basically a huge waste. Thanks. There
No,
goes our
you don't
tax
say.
dollars. CIA officials and researchers concluded the experiments were all pretty much a failure, and most of the work provided little to no value.
Oh my
LSD
gosh.
with LSD was too unpredictable to use in counterintelligence. Apparently, a lot of agents weren't even qualified to be monitoring
Oh
experiments. Like, who
Lord.
knows what was going on in these rooms when people were
Oh.
drugged up, too. Lastly, and most importantly, they were hurting the subjects, leaving long term and permanent damage. Most records were destroyed
Of
in
course.
1973 when the program was shut down because nothing says sus like torching all the paperwork.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That's yeah.
The secrecy fueled rumors, conspiracy theories, and a sense of mystery that persists to this day, commonly stewed up on hundreds of podcasts like this one,
Mhm.
scientific science fiction shows. And that is MK Ultra.
I so they've said that this all happened, correct?
Yes, like this
Okay.
you it is legit.
I hate our government, dude.
Doesn't that make you so mad that that shit happened and they wasted so much time and money and also like hurt people
Yeah, those
doing
all
this
those
shit?
people, all those victims. And then they also all the victims that fell for like drugs and got addicted to LSD
And
and
the
brought that in.
dogs.
And the dogs.
Damn it.
Not the
The poor
puppies.
puppies.
Oh my god, that was a good one. Please do more. I'm so
I
intrigued.
know, I really wanna do Project Stargate, so I might be doing that one next.
Yes.
So, in light of Stranger Things, the new season's amazing.
Alice already watched all of it.
Yeah, so did we. It was pretty great.
I love that. Thank you for
Okay.
sharing that, Brie. That was a good one.
You're welcome, buddy. You got your
Okay,
neighborhood story?
I sure do. Sorry it's been so long, you guys, but this
It's
was a
good.
good episode. This is a
We
really
made up
good
for
episode.
missing last week.
Yes, we did. So this is from next door, and I feel like I've just shared this one, but oh well. It's called the titled "I Saw Your Cat." I'm pretty sure I saw your cat. Okay, whose? Anybody's? Just
That's it.
anybody's cat.
I'm pretty
That's
sure I
it.
saw your cat.
Okay, mine, me, mine. That's it.
All right. All right. Thanks for notifying the neighborhood
Yes, thank you for
or
that.
just everyone on Facebook.
So follow us on all of our social medias. Send in your hometown whos to WWTN Podcast. And have you checked in on the neighbors?
What's with the neighbors?
Bree and
Bring
Amy
Amy
out.
out.
Psh.
Psst. Were we like in sync that time?
I think we were. I think we were. Ah!
We did
Oh,
it.
we did it again. Say hi to your cats for us.
Oh, don't get dead.